things, but it is a beautiful day for December 9th in Buffalo. Temperature right now 42 degrees.
Balmy 42.
And this is summer here in Buffalo, isn't it?
Well, it's close.
After the drop, a 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. The pitch to Richard Huntley, and Huntley's got some running room out near the first down marker before Keith Newman makes the tackle. 2nd and 6 for Carolina. Quick pass. Muhsin Muhammad, his first catch. Pushes a couple of guys off before making his way down to the 24-yard line.
Well, you think Muhammad wants to play? It's been a while for him. Let's go back to that
7-yard field goal.
Okay.
And it's through. So Carolina takes the first drive of the game, marches it down for a 37-yard kick by Casey. It's 3-0.
from earlier in the season.
After the 1-yard loss, the pitch to the rookie, Travis Henry. Henry fights his way out to the 34-yard line. Nice pickup of 10.
Travis Henry is
He usually is. On first down. Van Pelt. Eric Moles, his first catch of the day. 9 more yards out to the midfield stripe.
Moles just a simple comeback route, and you have to
to Van Pelt's right. Gets rid of it the other way, and that's Travis Henry out of the backfield. He's got all kinds of running room and a block. Travis Henry escapes the tackle, fights his way down to the 6-yard line. A nice gain of 40 yards on the play.
Boy, give Mike Shepard, the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills, the credit.
Shane Arians, who missed his only attempt as a Bill last week, this one from 20 yards away. And it's good. So Graham now 1 for 1 in his career, replacing Jake Arians as the kicker for the Bills. It's 3-3. First down. Winky. Pass thrown high but caught. Muhsin Muhammad drags it in. Nice pickup of 8 yards, and we pick up a nice.
As I said earlier, there's no one more deserving, and it was great to see you get that honor. And boy, when I watched that whole presentation, it brought back so many memories of the great times we had here in Buffalo.
Well, one of the reasons I'm getting it, Ray, is because of players like you, and I mean it. You and many of the others who played here for the Buffalo Bills are responsible for it.
Very kind of you to say that.
Well, your connection
I'll pay you later.
Please.
Yeah, we'll talk about your connection here in a second. It's a first down for Carolina. Ball just shy of the 25. Richard Huntley with the carry. Pickup of about 7 yards. And we're talking about your connection here in Buffalo. Obviously, Ray Bentley played for you on a couple of those Super Bowl teams. And I mean, really, if it weren't for you, Ray tells me that he wouldn't have played in the NFL at all. I mean, you started trying to get him to play in Canada.
I was in Canada, director of football operations in Montreal. Ray was out of work. We brought him up there. We liked him. He was enthusiastic. He was that far away from signing, and he got a call from the Buffalo Bills. He said, Coach, gee, I said, Ray, it's the NFL. Go ahead. You want to watch this play probably before I finish this tale.
You've got this whole TV thing down on top of it, don't you? 2nd and 2. Huntley trying to fight for the first down. And
anyway, but he went to Buffalo. 3 days later, I got a call from Ralph Wilson bringing me down in mid-season as head coach. I walked into the team meeting room and I said, Ray, if you're not going to join me, I'm going to join you. And so we were together.
One way or another, it was destiny.
That's right. And that was a great day. And one of the first moves he made was put me into the starting lineup.
Okay, that's right.
I appreciate that one too, Coach.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. And once again, congratulations on making it to the Hall of Fame. And we'll enjoy the ceremony here at halftime.
Thank you, Kurt. Thank you very much. And Ray.
Thanks,
great
Coach.
to see you guys. You had a great career, Phil. I know his name now.
Yes, you do. And the other...
Donald Hayes with the catch. Hayes going to be short of the goal line, brought down right at the 1. Winky trying to dive over, lost the football, but he got the touchdown first.
Well, that's been the extent of the running game down here on the goal line. Chris Winky, that's his 6th touchdown of the year. And if Culpepper, who I don't even think he's playing today, that means Winky's the leading rushing quarterback in the NFL. And right there you see He is over the line. That's a touchdown. Even if he loses the ball after that, doesn't matter. That's a touchdown.
And there you see Winky with 6 rushing touchdowns, more than all those teams listed below.
All those teams.
From inches away, Panthers on top, 10-3.
Third ramp Henry, you're in trouble.
Third down, Buffalo needs the 49. And it's intercepted. Reggie Howard with the pick. Right through the hands of Larry Centers into the paws of Reggie Howard. Howard's going to be down here before he lost the football, and Carolina will take over in Buffalo territory. Our game, so second. Chris Winky towards the end zone for Steve Smith. Excellent coverage on the play.
Watson.
Chris Watson right in front of him, but he gets a penalty flag.
Yeah,
let's see who this is on, though.
Well, I think it's on Watson for not looking for the football in time. Because the Walls were both going deep.
21, defense, automatic first down.
And that's called on Chris Watson.
Here they are. You got 2 receivers. What they're going to do is, so at the last minute, he decides to go to the right guy. I don't know.
Watson's got as much a right to that ball as Steve Smith does.
The only thing I could say is the hand went on him, and maybe he didn't look soon enough.
Second and goal from the 2. Make it first and goal. Richard Huntley with the touchdown, so it's irrelevant what down it is.
And somebody besides Chris Winky gets a rushing touchdown.
His first rushing touchdown of the season for Huntley. Second overall, he had 1 receiving-yard pass with the kickoff.
Back into the ball game.
They start at the 25. The pitch to Travis Henry. Cuts it back for a gain of 9. Al Lucas with his tackle. Right now, but he's in the starting lineup because he's the best they've got.
Does a good job on pass block.
Passing deep, intended for Reggie. Germany backs it around and makes the grab.
Little volleyball.
That's a tip drill with the other team.
Multiple tip drill. And this is one thing that Van Pelt will do. He'll throw it up there and let a covered receiver. Look at that, he's covered, no question about it. You even got the safety coming over there. But Van Pelt will throw it up and let a guy make a play. His receivers love him for that. And sometimes it doesn't work out. For example, the 4 picks he threw last week against San Francisco. But this will also have
39 yards on the pass play. That's Travis Henry getting outside. Can't stay in bounds. Still a nice pickup on the first down. Atlanta touchdown and dropped an obvious Bills touchdown here.
He let it get into his body. See that? I mean, you got to put your hands on the football. And Larry Centers will be the first guy to tell you that. You know, how you catch football with your hands. He let it hit his body. And when that happens, boy, your chances of catching it go down considerably.
All-time leading receiver among running backs in NFL history. Shane Graham for a 27-yard attempt. He's already had a 20-yard to go through, and this one does as well. So the nice drive by Buffalo ends up in another field goal. It's 17-6.
He was sold. He knew he wanted to be here. He believed in it.
Steve Smith. Always dangerous. Finally wrapped up in Buffalo Bills territory at the 41-yard line. And a nice return by Smith of 40.
Back because Jay Foreman.
A 39-yard penalty. Winky. Downfield and pass intended for Patrick Jeffers. Here come the flags. Rayon Hill was the guy going at it with Jeffers, who was double covered.
And it was
pass
did not
interference.
Look back.
39, defense, automatic first down.
Where they're playing late in the down. Here's Patrick Jeffers right here. You're going to see first Winfield gets the hit and runs to the outside receiver on a double, and here's Hill. And what he does is he makes contact. Well, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. That was a tough angle right there. I don't think that really showed the contact. When I saw it the first time live, it looked to me like he did make contact. It's tough to see it from there. That was a bad call.
Second and 7 from the 15. Richard Huntley out of the backfield. A couple of dance moves inside the 10, down near the 5.
on the field, but in particular in this area.
Second and goal from the 2. And there's Chris Mangum, the other tight end, making the grab for the score. Well, they still go to the tight ends. It's just a different guy this time.
Well, you know, Wesley Walls also has an ankle injury, and he was questionable.
TD puts Carolina up big. All-time leading passer among Heisman winners in their rookie year.
Not bad.
They had another Heisman winning quarterback last night. As Alex Van Pelt squeezed that one in there to Eric Moles, and Moles into Carolina territory to the 45, pickup of 25. 45 of Carolina.
It's critical for the Bills to get points in this situation.
Well, they need touchdowns. They've been able to put drives together, but settled for 2 field goals so far. That's Eric Moles again, cutting cross field, gets a block and the first down.
And they're able to go over the middle because of the timeouts that they have.
Yeah, calls their centers out, put him in the slot to the left. Van Pelt up top, pass caught, Peerless Price down to the 6-yard line. Jimmy Hitchcock stops him there. That's 27 yards on the play.
Nice throw by Van Pelt. And all the Bills did be.
Got Price in the slot to his left. Van Pelt towards the back of the end zone. Peerless Price. Touchdown, Buffalo Bills.
Outstanding job of Alex Van Pelt going to the second option. You see him, watch Van Pelt. He's going to be looking over here for Moles right now. That's not there. He comes to the second option and throws a strike to Peerless Price coming across the back of the end zone. Nice work by the quarterback.
Price with his 6th touchdown reception of the season. Shane Graham for the extra point. And the Bills cut it down to 24-13. Peerless Price with the last 2 grabs there to get it into the end. The ball to start the second half, so they'll get another shot. Here in Buffalo, they're going to have a big halftime ceremony honoring Marv Levy. We talked with him, of course. Levy going in the Pro Football Hall of Fame this past summer, will get his ring as a Hall of Famer here on the field where he won so many games with the Buffalo Bills.
And Joe Horrigan with the Pro Football Hall of Fame will be the presenter, and it's a great honor to be here when Marv's receiving this award.
I'm sure as one of the former players for Marv Levy, it's got to be a special moment for you as well.
Carolina Panthers have been able to capitalize on the field position. I mean, you look at this starting average start on their own 48. That means it led to 2 touchdown drives for Carolina.
Second and long, Winky going up top. Muhsin Muhammad with the grab into Buffalo territory, loses the football. And the Bills have recovered. Jay Foreman falls on it. Now there's a discussion as to whether or not he was down. You've got the head linesman standing out near the 32 saying he was, and the other 2 officials saying no, he wasn't.
He's got
Carolina is challenging the ruling on the field that he was down by contact.
And I believe he still has possession and doesn't lose it until he's down on top of a Bills player. And that becomes the question now. Do you consider him down when he's down on top of the Bills player? Because the ball did not come out. He doesn't lose possession until he is laying on top of the Bills player. Now here it's questionable. You still got it, but it's not really firm possession. Right there is when he loses it, and he still hasn't hit the ground yet, but he is laying on top of Rayon Hill.
Well, my understanding of the rule is that as long as no part of his body touches down, he's still alive. It would be the same thing if he decided to roll over, get back up on his feet.
See, the
like
knee
right down by the goal
right
line.
Here. See, the knee is not down. All right. And also, and the ball's coming out right there. So I think it's a fumble.
I agree. Because no part, his knee didn't touch down, his elbow didn't touch down.
A catch, fumble, recovery by Buffalo at the 19-yard line. First down. Carolina is charged with a timeout.
Well, I understand the first part of that because Muhsin Muhammad's knee often.
Especially with the big lead and the clock on their side. Donald Hayes batted in the air and intercepted. Brandon Spoon, he's got blockers in front. Brandon Spoon into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo Bills.
You know, we just talked about it. why aren't the Carolina Panthers running the football? They've had success all day long, and they had the big lead, and they take a chance. They put the ball up in the air, and it goes the other way on them. And now all of a sudden, you know, you got a 5-point game, 4-point pending the extra point.
Well, they're going to go for 2, it looks like. Spoon, his first career interception, the rookie out of North Carolina, doing it against the Carolina Panthers.
I don't like going for 2 in this situation. I don't think it pays off.
It's too early?
Yeah, there's a lot of time left. There's only 5:39 left here in the third quarter. Get all the points you can, and then at the end, then you go for your 2. I don't like this. Too often it comes back to haunt you.
Larry Centers, the lone guy in the backfield. Belt towards the end zone, bounces off of Deion Grant's helmet, intended for Peerless Price, and well, you said it, they left points on the field instead of the extra point. They get nothing out of it and still trail by 5.
Just keep an eye on that point. We'll bring it back. Right time. Winky's going to try and throw the slant in there, tries to force it in, and it's knocked away by Clements. A nice job working on Hayes. Knocks the ball up in the air, and here comes Spoon. The lumbering linebacker is going to dive into the end zone to finish it off. But give the really.
And Smith bounces it outside.
As opposed to knocked it away.
Big third down early here in the fourth quarter. Got to get to 43. Richard Huntley not going to get there. Wrapped up immediately by Jay Foreman. Here comes the blitz again. Gets rid of it. Jay Remersma gets the first down. Up to the 30-yard line, a gain of 20.
The way to beat a blitz, you throw it was what they call hot, and where you want to do is throw. Bill's confused coming out of the huddle.
Play action. Remersma lowers his shoulder, but forced out of bounds by Jimmy Hitchcock. Gain of 9 on the play.
Well, when your running game is
the Carolina defense. Remersma with the catch. He juggled it, but caught it. Down to the 3-yard line. Lester Towns with the stop, but give Remersma and the Bills 18.
That's a good play.
Comes in, can't really tell. Craig Heimberger comes in, calls himself eligible. Travis Henry hit right at the 1-yard line. Fighting with the second effort, he still doesn't make it in. Now they call it a touchdown.
You talk about your delayed knockout.
Well, talk about convincing him. Reuben Brown, I believe is who it was, that went to one of the officials and said, we scored. And you go, okay.
And now the Bills are going to go for 2 again. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at it. It's just that same trap play, and Lester Towns gets up there and puts a big hit on Travis Henry, but it looked like from that angle that Henry was able to get the ball over that goal line to break the plane.
And they're going to go for 2 once again to try and make it a 3-point game. Quick pass on the fade. Eric Moles can't get it incomplete, so the lead stays at 1. This afternoon. And grab.
And that just goes back to Travis Henry in the power with which he runs, because Lester Towns doing well as right here. Van Pelt, his numbers are pretty good. And they talked about
the intended receiver. 2nd and 10. Richard Huntley with the carry, and he's hit. Antoine Winfield and Pearson Prelo.
But Prelo comes up and he brings a load with him. First of all, you're going to get.
Ricky doesn't get there. Nate Clements hit him high, and Jay Foreman wrapped him low.
And that was just great coverage down the.
And the Bills defense comes through. Keith Newman. Buffalo has to get it to the 43 for the first down. Play action. Jay Remersma makes a move. Gets the first down.
They went back to that bootleg, which they had shown on the previous possession. And
Pelt and the Bills bounce back after being down 24-18 with 19 unanswered points. They were down 24-6, down by 18. They scored 19 in a row, and they're going to get their second victory of the season, bouncing back from that 35-0 embarrassment last Sunday to the 49ers.
And the key to this is to make it 24-13 at halftime. That really kept the Bills back in this thing.
Van Pelt going to take a knee again. And you take a look at this defense today. They scored a touchdown, did Buffalo's defense, and held Carolina scoreless after they here in the second half, after they scored right before the end of the first half.
Yeah, the Bills defense actually won the second half 7-0 with Brandon Spoon returning the interception for the touchdown and keeping Carolina off the scoreboard here in the second half.
And so Buffalo gets the victory 25-24. They go to 2-10 on the season. George Seifert and the Carolina Panthers will fall to 1-12. Back to wrap things up here in Buffalo right after this.